I'm Graeme Frost, I'm from Cadabra.
And what does Cadabra do?
Cadabra, we are developing a tool where both consumers and travel professionals can research, plan and book what we call complex, multi-destinational travel. Touring rather than just going on a trip. So all the existing systems are very much about you go to a place, you stay in a hotel and you come back, whereas so many people actually, they arrive in New Zealand's a great example. People arrive in Auckland and then they start their tour and they want to plan the whole thing. They want to know how long it's going to take me to drive down to Taupo and have that as all part of a coordinated plan. So we can do that with all the accommodation, all the attractions, all the rental cars, transport and things, all into one itinerary. And we build that all on the one site, and then when they say book now, we go off and book the whole thing. So it's all held in one place.
And what's your business model? How do you generate revenue?
Okay, effectively each site is a travel agent. We are actually a technology company. And so we have a royalty arrangement with companies that implement the software. So we have proven it in New Zealand. It's been live for a year and live in the Pacific Islands for about 6 months. So now we've licensed it to Australia, UK, Malaysia, Scandinavia, South Africa, Poland. I'll have missed somebody out and I'll be upset. And yeah, we're moving around the world, but that's all happened in the last 4 months since we've got everything proven, and now those people are implementing the software in their destination. But that's quite a big job because we've got to put in a lot of data about their destination, and that's actually a lot of the strength of the software because it's a combination of not only the software, but it's all that destinational knowledge that those guys have. So typically they've been in business for an average of 15 years, but the guys from the UK have been in business for over 30 years. So they have so much knowledge about their destination that suddenly is available to the consumer. And it's all the little things about how do you travel around the country, all of that knowledge is actually really hard to get to from so many disparate sources on the web. But if it's all in one place and you can take it all the way through, well then we think that's a good proposition.
And how have you thought about sort of the way that kind of people are able to actually kind of access and sort of that data? A lot of discussion has been had recently around sort of kind of a natural language kind of search and virtual assistants with clever knowledge bases. What sort of kind of roadmap have you got in place to kind of ensure that all of this content can be accessed in multiple ways for people?
Yeah, because we start building an itinerary, we have an itinerary wizard which they start by saying the sorts of things they want to do, the places they know they want to go to in a country, and obviously the things like the grades of hotels or other types of accommodation and the modes of travel they want to use. And so then we build a recommended itinerary for them out of that, and we do that dynamically, so it's all in real time. But then they can go and change that. Each time they say I want to change the accommodation, for example, I want to look at what the alternatives are for this accommodation in Auckland, well then they get a list, and the tour operator actually has control of the order of that list. Yes, there are this is a classic long tail application. There are hundreds of choices, and if you put in a whole lot of criteria, you'll get the limited number of choices. Like if you say you only want them if they've got a spa pool in the bedroom, well then you'll only get a few come up. But if you get the long list, well then it's the order that they appear is determined by the tour operator, and again that's their knowledge of the market. I mean they put them in that order because they know people are happy staying in those places, and so if you find something down the bottom you've sort of got to wonder what it's doing down there. So So yeah, people tend to, well in our experience having been live for a year, people do tend to stick to the ones, you know, right at the top of the list, because they know they're there for a reason. They're well priced, they deliver value for money, and that's the tour operator's driver to, you know, deliver value.
What's the biggest challenge for you at the moment?
Well, I guess, you know, it's a frustrating time when everybody's implementing, and you know, you wish you could fast forward by, you know, 3 or 4 months and get these people live, and there's so many exciting things to do when we do that, because we sort of changed at the moment where we're selling to tour operators, the concept and so on, but suddenly we change our mode to selling to consumers and to travel professionals who can also use the system. But because we're on a royalty basis, it's in our interest to keep building up, you know, the traffic going through. So, you know, we're really keen to get to that point. And yes, there's still lots of countries that we want to go. You know, we want to cover the world. You know, we're ambitious. And there's no reason why not. I mean, we're talking to a lot of people, and I think, you know, we'll get there. And so that's the only frustration. There's a lot of data to go in, and it takes time.
Great. It sounds like a really exciting business, and thank you very much for your time today.
Cool.
Cheers.
Thank you.